according to the Washington Post database called Fatal Force, 509 people have been shot and killed by the police in the U.S. so far just this year.
A Washington Post investigation shows that black people in the United States are twice as likely, I should say, to be killed by police as white people. George Floyd's death is just the latest.
With every passing second, George Floyd's life was slipping away.
Officer Derek Chauvin is in custody. Former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin has been charged by the Hennepin County Attorney's Office with murder and with manslaughter.
My brother's gone, but the Floyd name still lives on.
Prosecutors saying Chauvin had his knee on Floyd's neck for 8 minutes, 46 seconds.
8 minutes and 46 seconds.
8 minutes and 46 seconds. 8 minutes and 46 seconds.
While you may know CC Women's Soccer for playing at home on Stewart Field, this is a much different issue, and we stand united. Here are some of the things that our team has been doing off the field for this movement.
So, the hike was organized by Athletes for Change. Basically, it was a way to get people active while honoring the life of George Floyd. 8 minutes and 46 seconds was the total time that a Minnesota police officer kneeled on Floyd's neck. So after we hiked it, basically we all shared it on social media and then provided a link for donations that would go towards like the Black Lives Matter movement. It was a moment just to honor George Floyd, as well as just supporting and showing that we stand by people of color.
So on Friday, the CC Women's Soccer team also participated in a 6.12 mile walk, bike, run, whatever. What was the importance of that one?
So basically this 6.12 mile walk was organized by one of my teammates. She lives minutes from where Floyd was murdered. So she put this together, and the 6.12 is the area code of Minnesota, so 612. And the purpose of it was basically to honor George and help rebuild Lake Street after the riots occurred. So when we finished the walk, we all donated to this link, and then we shared it on our social medias just to kind of get the word out. But the importance of it was basically to keep the movement alive and continue to remind everyone how they can help.
However, it is so much more than just George Floyd. We walk, we march, we donate for the countless others who have lost their lives to police brutality. I turned to one of my teammates to ask her the question, why? Why is this racism continuing to happen, and what can we do to stop it? So, why do you believe that the issue of racism is still happening, like, today?
I think our nation has turned to what we call color blindness instead of actually admitting that we have a problem. I mean, it's kind of corny. You always say, like, the first step of recovery is admitting you have a problem. And I don't think as a nation we have admitted that we have a problem. And I think that when these uncomfortable situations of police brutality or racism or anything related to people of color being oppressed, people with privilege in our country, which is the white population, we go colorblind and we say, oh no, like, I love all races, I am not racist. But just because you're not racist doesn't mean you're anti-racist.
What is your take on the all lives matter versus the Black Lives Matter?
I think it's selfish. I think that, I mean, obviously, like, all lives matter. That's a fair statement. But I think in a situation like this, when white people are not being oppressed, you know, people of color and the minorities in our nation are the ones that are being oppressed. And so still that drop off. Right. There's still that difference. There's that power dynamic, and there's a difference between the two races. Putting the spotlight and honoring and amplifying the Black Lives Matter hopefully will allow them to become even.
Our team stands united with the thousands of others who are in this movement. We understand that we will never understand. However, we will stand, and we will call for justice for for the countless lives who have been taken by police brutality.
I Rosa sat on the bus. That's why we walk through Ferguson with our hands up. When it go down, we woman and man up. They say stay down, and we stand up. Shots, we on the ground. The camera panned up. King pointed to the mountaintop, and we ran up. One day, when the glory comes,